What's such a phone note reaction? In today's video, we have how to make $67 million in 7 days by Football Digest. Yeah, I did say it. Y'all think they overpaid for Malik Willis? I think he gonna be good, bro. Even though that nigga don't got no wide receivers. That boy wide receiver one is Malik Washington. I think he could. I don't know. I think he'll do good.
Season where Malik Willis played roughly 6 total
Do Green Bay really got a wide receiver one besides Romeo Dobbs and Jalen Watson?
quarters of football.
They good, and Jalen Wicks and
Took over for an injury in game 1, unfortunately subbed out because of injury in game 2. But within that 6-quarter stretch, you and I saw overall numbers from the guy that just don't even seem feasible. Some might say it's skill, others might say he stumbled into this kind of production. But the overlying question is money like this worth it?
Malik Willis
67 million.
has shown us that
Hey, he either gonna turn out good or this about to be the biggest lick ever. Like how Derek Carr hit a lick on my team, the Saints.
he has the ability to go win football games.
Because of 35 passes a year ago that he threw. That's
What exactly is there to take from such a small sample size like this? Is it actually too little to tell? Or does this contract have the potential to be a bargain?
3rd and 2. Bears rush 4. Willis floats one deep. He's got Dobbs. He's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay. And again, Malik Willis, terrific.
Do that helmet actually prevent concussions? Like, bro, I could have, ain't I seen a nigga, bro? I seen a nigga still get a concussion with this helmet on. Like,
Fundamental.
like Romeo Dobbs love that shit, but good. You know what I'm saying?
Feeder
If it actually prevent concussions, wear it. I'm sorry, wear it.
underneath them.
Romeo Dobbs, smart, wear it, bro.
Totally balanced and an absolutely perfect throw when his team needed it.
Like Tom just told you, everything about this touchdown pass was highlighted. Canning the initial call based on the look of the coverage, the poise under pressure in the pocket, even just hitting his receiver perfectly in stride in the middle of a 20-plus mile-per-hour windstorm. But let me give you another example of why a play like that is worth dissecting. And keep in mind, this is the first play of the game in his one and only start of the entire season against Baltimore. And this right here is a tell that could dictate where the football's going. Just before the snap, the Ravens are now likely showing a one-high coverage concept.
He said, Malik Willis, he said coming into the league, he just wasn't prepared. Maybe he used to the league now in the tight windows and shit. He probably just used to this now. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. Like, these dudes, they need a couple of years to get used to the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
And the call for Willis
This
offensively,
the highest league, bro. The highest level. Like,
you've got 6 offensive linemen down in the front, and it's paired with a 3-route concept and a swing screen outlet over the strong side of the formation. Everything you're looking at here, that's a lot for one safety to have to worry about. And not only did Malik know this, he played directly into where he knew Malachi Starks was going to favor. Pull the back line of the coverage with your vision, then just use your arm talent to expose the leverage. 7 for 8, 2 touchdowns,
this boy really breaking it down.
and a perfect passer rating. The guy quite literally could not have been better extending the ball down the field over his 2-game sample size. You want to know where a good chunk of that $67 million came from? Well, I'd say both the coverage recognition and the vertical presence
See, he reading defenses, yo.
did their fair share of the negotiating. Now, we all know what sits at the forefront of Malik Willis' strengths as a quarterback. The option-heavy, RPO style of play that obviously can get extremely punishing to opponents who don't prioritize stopping it. One guy bites on a fake in the wrong direction, and he can make you pay with his legs more than the majority of dual threats that you'll see across the entire league. And just that aspect of his game in itself could make for an entire video. Not even just him
And then we got another Lamar on our hands. What the
on his feet,
But I miss football, bro. I can't wait, bro. I'm actually excited to see this nigga. I want to see what he do, Malik. Even though you don't got no hours. hey,
the ability to
make it work with Malik Washington, bro. Let's look at that wide receiver room since what is his name, Waddle gone. Let's look at the Miami Dolphins receiver room. Y'all niggas better go get Jeremiah Smith. I was about to say Malachi Tony. Yeah, let's see this depth chart. Ooh, yeah, Malik Washington. Wait, this is Malik Washington into Josh Washington. This it? Theo Weiss Jr. Who? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all need to draft a wide receiver, man. What picks they got? That's all you got? Hey, bro, if you really like that Malik Willis, you will make it happen. You will make it work with Malik Washington. Oh, yeah, they got two. They got the number 11 and the number 30. Yeah. Okay.
Effectively sell the run. Take this crucial third and short for an example. No
Number 11, maybe I could get Cardinal Tate. I don't think Jordan Tyson gonna still be there. I think Cleveland probably gonna snatch him up. Probably the Saints could snatch him up. My team, like I don't think he's still gonna be there, but maybe Cardinal Tate. Whatever. What else? Get. Do y'all need a tight end? Get Keedion Sadiq. I don't know.
less in a high-stakes division matchup coming in off the bench. Chicago's got what looks like a 3x3 fire zone for the coverage, and Jaquan Brisker, based on the movement, seems to have the flat responsibility here. Look at the coverage.
Hey, bro, at least I got Achane. It's just Malik Willis and Achane on that offensive board.
One more time overall, and then pay attention to the effect and even execution off of that said run fake. Brisker bites immediately downhill, and Malik proceeds to flip his hips on the reverse rollout and connect to move the chains. Now, I do get it that a play like that might seem so simple that it's almost pointless to even dive into.
Nah, that shit ain't simple. We ain't in the NFL. Half of y'all niggas ain't making that through.
But it's important to cover in the fact that it's always been his top selling point. Those quick read 3 to 4 yard plays that keep drives alive, and even to a bigger point,
Yeah, that's smart.
keep the playbook unpredictable. The name of the game these days is seeing how much a play caller can drastically impact both a quarterback's output and performance. Ultimately speaking, it was why Green Bay felt like they could pull the trigger on this kind of a trade in the first place. But that's also not the headline from this 35-rep sample size.
Catches for 32 yards. The rookie Matthew Golden, the motion man. It's a play-action pass on first down. Willis stayed in there initially. Now he's going to look to escape. Delivers another open man. It's Watson in stride. Malachi Starks finally
Pocket pick presence.
catches up after a 32-yard pickup.
The key takeaways, they were every other tool in his repertoire. Not even exaggerating, this was some of the most effective pocket awareness you're ever going to see. Not necessarily looking to overuse his legs as a clear-cut plan B in his back pocket, but only doing so when it's absolutely required. Watch him work to navigate this design specifically from under center.
Yeah, bro, he just need a weapon. He need weapons, bro. That nigga don't got no Tyreek Hill, no Jalen Waddle. Like, he just needs some weapons. Bro, I feel like he could be fine. He just needs some weapons, bro.
You've got a pair of verticals that's tied together with a cross, and it looks like it's up against some
Yeah, them draft picks need to go to a wide receiver for sure. That 11 pick, y'all need a receiver, bro.
form of a cover 3 rotation from Chicago. Now, from a bird's eye view especially, it's easy to say or assume that he maybe could have tried the one-on-one deep ball if he was feeling greedy. You could even tease leading Jaden Reed down the boundary into open space. But
Oh my God, I forgot Miami got that Eagles offensive coordinator now. That Kevin nigga, boy, he was trash. Oh nah, I ain't gonna lie, Malik, you might be cooked. You might be hey, at least you getting 67 million though.
the pocket had already collapsed on him.
You low key in a terrible situation. What that nigga name is, bro? What that nigga last name is? That's just that nigga. We'll see. No, this ain't him. This ain't him, Bobby. So no, that ain't him. Is he a OC, right? No, what? Let me see it. No, hold on. Yeah, Kevin put. I thought that. Yeah, this him. Yeah, ain't he with the Dolphins now? Yeah, Miami Dolphins. What is he? Oh, he's the passing game coordinator. Oh, I thought he was a OC. The fuck?
Watch the ability to sense that pressure through the progression of the play call.
I just know Eagles fans hated him. Like,
His eyes are fully turned to the rush on the play action
niggas
fake.
was blaming the passing game on him.
Gets to his drop and just proceeds to climb up in the pocket for the reads downfield. Again, not bailing until it's a necessity. For a good amount of quarterbacks, that's a quick wrist throw or a 5-yard sack rather than a 9-yard pickup. I mean, the guy was already a top free agent target before the stretch we're covering today. If you watched him play at all prior, you already knew that. But do you want to know what's kind of ironic about these two games that we're diving into? It's that one way or another, they actually told two completely different stories. When I say two different stories, well, you pretty much saw two sides of Malik Willis. And even more specifically, how an offense can thrive when you give them the keys to the car. And it's also worth noting, Miami just dealt Jalen Waddle over to Denver while I'm making this video. The wide receiver room he's dealing with down there is going to be quite the contrast from what he had in Green Bay.
Yeah, why is the quality so low? This shit on, bro. Put my shit on 1080. 5. Can't handle 1080. Put this shit on 720 at least, bro. What the fuck, bro?
I mean, fingers crossed for his sake, they do something in the draft at least to give him a hand out wide. But even with all of that considered,
Now look at this. At 12, 2. Like, but it's wide receiver. Put the B to the J to the J to the B.
that still doesn't mean the blueprint's not there for how to go about your scheme with him. And honestly, the first game was more so a take what the defense will give you kind of efficiency. We know that Chicago came into this game prepared for Jordan Love. And because of that, you could tell early on, the coverage plan heavily leaned into a top-down style of an approach. Basically daring them into the run game and working to eliminate the deep ball in the process. But I think Malik already proved that if you give him an inch in this style of play, he'll take a mile.
Yeah, Malik Willis is probably a little more like Caleb Williams than Jordan Love. Very twitchy, he's got a good arm, is athletic, can get out of the pocket and hurt you with his legs. But he'll be a big part of this run game as well.
Again, it's quick reads and miscues that dictate the story here. The guy's got absolutely no issue becoming a clock eater if you can't figure out the read option. And if a defense cannot effectively do that up front, as a game goes on, you start to slowly recognize how it might be bleeding into your secondary. You've got a case in point just one quarter later with how that effect goes hand in hand with the play calling. It's an extremely run-likely down in the 1st and 10 here. Not only does the offense have a 2 running back set and an inline tight end with no split receivers on the down low side of the field, but as the football snapped, you've even got a guard that's working to pull to the weaker side of the formation. Now do me a favor real quick when we zoom out to the bigger picture and just put yourself in the shoes of a weak side safety for a second. You see all of this going on simultaneously. It's got to be mentally tough to stop yourself from fully committing in a downhill effort for the run. Rewind back about 1 to 2 seconds to see the initial pre-snap look
This nigga open, yo.
And the coverage call was actually a Tampa 2 drop with a walk down safety near the front, again, just to have that advantage in the run fit. The fake within the design did everything it was supposed to. And even though Malik actually missed the gimme that it created on this rep, the point that we're trying to make still stands here.
Oh,
He had Christian Watson wide open for
yeah.
a
Watson was wide open.
touchdown. Musgrave coming from the right, Watson coming to the left. No one on the backside of that defense. They all got kind of intrigued by that ball fake, but good throw by Willis. They're going to need to see more of that.
Bro, let me just put this shit on auto. I don't know. Like,
As soon as you saw this defense shift into a run-stopping priority,
why is this
Malik
freezing?
just forced their hand back into that initial conservative approach. Look at this play just 2 minutes later in the very same offensive drive. It's a 1st and 10 yet again, but this time, the Bears now have a quarter-style coverage. Essentially 4 deep and 3 underneath like you see on the screen, but pay attention to that weak side safety again. Because not only now is he clearly further back off the line, but his tag specifically on this call is to be a poacher. We briefly mentioned this prior on the channel. Basically, he serves to cut off any crossing routes from the 3 receiver side of the set. AKA, they're back to being conservative. And I mean, rightfully so, with Malik continuing to show them he's not afraid to extend the ball down the field.
Yeah, that hopefully that Bears defense need improvement. I ain't gonna lie, they just lost. They did get Kobe Durant from Seattle, but they need some improvement on their defense. Y'all don't need no more offense, my nigga. Y'all got 2 tight ends, Luther Burden, Romeo Andunze. Like y'all don't need no more offense, my nigga. Y'all got a 5 running back. Y'all just need to work on their defense straight up.
Also feel like it's worth noting, new Dolphins OC Bobby Slowick comes from the Shanahan tree. Very similar to the style of play you saw Matt LaFleur work to build around Willis last season. Take a closer look at the route combination within the play call here. That while it's all developing, watch Willis's IQ while he's actively going through both the reads and the progression. Looks first to the 2 verticals, which you can see are a little too crowded for comfort to make an early throw, then quickly flips over to Watson on the crosser. Now wisely, he did pick up on that poach safety and not make this errant throw, but Chicago laying back their coverage capped this play completely. All that we just mentioned, and he still ends up climbing the collapsed pocket and works to where he knows the void will be based on that route combo.
Yeah, LaFleur has this Dennis Allen defense just guessing out there. Willis scrambling, using the effectiveness of his legs in the open field. Has got this Bears defense on skates
That's Tremaine Edmonds.
right now.
Game 1 of the sample size showed you can't take everything away if that deep ball stays in the arsenal. There were some pretty complex designs and rotations being thrown around in this matchup. And even with his back being turned on a good amount of these looks being play action fakes as well, it's one thing to talk about consistently making the right read in these critical spots, but it's another conversation to execute in the manner that he did. What about game 2 though? Why exactly was it so different from the first one?
Here comes the rush. Willis out of the pocket. Fires on the run. Open. Caught. Jaden Reed.
But I'm putting this shit on auto. This getting on my nerves, bro.
27 yards through the air for the first.
Why is this thing freezing? Game?
First down.
3rd down and long. You don't expect to give that up if you're the Ravens, but they lost contain on the pass rush and allowed the quarterback to extend the play.
You know some of those numbers we showed earlier of Malik Willis's extremely impressive deep ball accuracy? Well, 85% of those throws came in this game. And believe me when I tell you as well that it was anything but a coincidence. One way or another throughout the course of this game, Baltimore was practically daring the guy to beat them solely on the basis of his arm talent. The Ravens finished the 2025 season as
But mine, the quality being low, bro. I can't even do nothing. This shit keep freezing. I'm not about to deal with this.
borderline one of the best run defending
The
teams
video almost over.
in all of football. And when you watch this game back, you very quickly realize that their philosophy here was no different. More or less, to keep it simple, they completely sold out in the trenches. And
That Ravens defense, y'all got too many stars. That Ravens defense got too many stars to be this BJ. Hopefully, Jesse meant to return y'all around.
sacrificed outside leverage to wipe out the read option's effectiveness. But one thing you definitely don't need me to tell you is that if you keep stacking the box, there's only so long that most teams can get away with it. Now let's also make it clear, if we didn't already, deep ball success and connections like this are a two-way street between a quarterback and a receiver corps. First thing Malik
Nate Wiggins, the edit man.
probably sees here is the one high safety and the free space he's being given on that open side of the field. The slot receiver on this rep's kind of on a low bender just over the football, and the split out wides on a slant and go route down the sideline. Now, first thing Willis does is read the safety right off the drop, but watch what he proceeds to do shortly after to manipulate him. He eyes up the wide corner, who's risking to sit on the route rather than drop deep to assure keeping everything in front of him. Then once again, he whips his head back over the ball to hold the safety in place. That subtle little trick gave him all the space he needed.
It's going to be a little slant and go, and it freezes
IQ.
Wiggins and gets separation. Nice read by Willis, and the ball gets there before the safety can come over and help.
Just for some context as well, most of you know that Green Bay lost both of these games. But this guy's also the only reason they weren't classified assault cases. Almost 300 yards through the air in 3.5 quarters, and even not to mention 75% of his team's total rushing yards. Now, I'm not trying to imply to you that he put up this performance on, say, the best defense in football, but the film at least tells you these numbers shouldn't be looked at as fraudulent. One counterpoint I could see you making to the success is the fact that he's not going to have skill sets like these out wide in Miami. Take a guy like Christian Watson, for an example, who with his height and speed can constantly bait a secondary into panic sinks, but then be
Marvin Humphreys. Oh my God. Barbecue chicken, oxtails, like you all that.
able to
Collard greens, you be getting cooked.
frequently break it off low for those easy access timing routes he fell back on. Again, it's hard to make any assumptions of how it's going to look in terms of the roster that he's currently set to join. Moral of the story, the sample size was small, but within that sample size, he showed you everything in the book. It also did so in damn near every other appearance over the course of the last 2 seasons. Was it an overpay? I don't think so. But that's also where I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. So please, let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate y'all more than anything, and I'll see you in the next one.
Well, you gotta give a quarterback weapons, dog. That's all I gotta say. Give the nigga some weapons. I think it's gonna be nice. Get the nigga some weapons, bro. Mitchell comes to try, and I'm gonna do this. I know he only started in 1 game, but he looked good in this 1 game. But the nigga need a weapon, bro. Pick 11, pick 30. Get nigga some weapons. Get them and the O line too. You know what I'm saying?